best thing for each team, the road. Right now, the Knicks are really trying to take care of home, and tonight is a great time to start.
And it's no surprise both of these teams have excellent road records. In fact, Raptors 905 has the second most road victories in the league with 11. Westchester right behind with 10. Isaiah Hicks opening things up with a basket. So the Knicks shorthanded tonight. No Kadeem Allen, as we detailed in the open. Paul Watson spinning for two.
Paul is starting to play, mixing his game up, not just being that outside threat. He's putting the ball on the floor and getting to the rim.
Malcolm Miller playing in just his third game this season to defend this season. Garrett nearly got the deflection. 3 on the timer. Malcolm Miller bombs away and knocks it down from well beyond the three-point arc. Third game in Westchester's 34th of the season. Jameel Warney just backing down Chris Boucher. Challenging Adams, up with the right hand, no. Tried for the angle off the window. Adams the other way in this up and down action, and Josh Adams knocks down a 3.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that.
The wraparound to Boucher, and he lays it in.
Another one is Warney. You have to punch it in and allow them to go to work, and then all outside shooters stay prepared and ready to shoot.
Warney and one. Twisting on the baseline and getting the friendly bounce. With under 7 minutes to go, and that brings us to a timeout.
He's just a loaded guard down there. It's pretty tough. I'm so sure that Coach Miller has brought that to the attention of his team to let them know that this game is huge.
Irvin driving, loves that right hand and using the glass for 2.
You get that time, the consistent time on the floor, you're only going to get better in the work that you get to put in practice. You're only going to get better. And as talented as he is, on that shot and get started early, that's going to play huge dividends for the Knicks.
Bachman the rebound after the make on the other end. Here comes Zach Irvin. You know he's going to go to the right there, and successfully does through traffic.
They know he's going to make that move, but you can't stop it. He scores almost every time.
Georgie.
The rebound is taken. They got to get back and stop the ball in transition and not allow Lloyd. It's always good to be the first because, you know, you allow people to understand. Doesn't matter where you come from. It's the work that you put in it.
And another interesting story is Wiggs hits on the baseline. Record is actually a division leader, so they automatically earn a top 3 seed. So you can see how close things already are as we've played past 30 games into the year. It's amazing to think, Teaspoon, that somehow the year still feels young, but yet Westchester is playing game 34 tonight. Zimmerman, the two-handed flush.
It does seem rather young, and matter of fact, the Knicks have had quite a few games under their belt, and right here they're stepping it up on the defensive end and exciting basketball by pushing in transition. Sekou's finishing in transition.
One game through the first 33, and now all of a sudden he's not there unexpectedly. And so is it going to be a Ty Walker who hits a 3 from the corner? 7-2 run for the Knicks. Adams goes behind the back, claimed by Cook, and put in.
His offensive player and leaving it behind his back for the easy bucket.
Sekou Wiggs driving down the lane for 2. And finding a home in the G League. Adams crossing over on the step back. He got it. A week before, he was heading overseas to begin his professional career. There's Wiggs. He was in a car wreck in June of 2016.
To kind of secure himself to still be able to pursue his dream by coming to the G League. That's just a great play by the Knicks.
He went back to his alma mater and worked out with the current student athletes. Derek Cook Jr. slams it down. Steven Zimmerman. Lloyd with the mismatch against Goldemon. Sheds Gigi and finishes high off the glass. Lloyd is a disruptor and a finisher. It was thrown off of the leg of Cook Jr. Racing the other way is Notice and one. Officials are basically saying it was just thrown off a leg. There was nothing intentional. And it's gone by. Into the second quarter, Westchester at one point led by 11. And now Raptors 905 chipping away at the deficit. Picked up by Irvin. He was knocked off balance. Pushing the other way is Watford, and now Cook fills the lane. Over and back, not up and down. And Toronto and Raptors 905 really seem to embody that as well. Zach Irvin underneath. Currently one of 4 former G League coaches as they go up top to Malcolm Miller. Jameel listens as we take another look at this high-flying connect. Come back from 11 down in this quarter to tie it at 39. Irvin again. Off the penetration from Hicks. Is led by a former G League coach, so if you're looking for somebody to understand the value, oh, Warney. What moves, what footwork.
The athleticism.
Tied again here at 43. Paul Watson breaks the tie with the 3.
Then catch the cutters. They are constantly cutting. It's a lot going on in there, a lot of hands.
Ripped away. Push to Irvin. Oh, what a feed. Isaiah Hicks. Kyle Collinsworth pushing the other way. Boucher this time unabated to the rim. How that they didn't know when they entered their individual situation.
It's always good to hear the players' thoughts and what they think about this entire process.
Knicks got back this time. Lloyd, though, a little better on the offense. Garrett curling and in. Knicks trail in Charlotte, but Kadeem Allen has entered. Steven Zimmerman with some bully ball scores inside. As a member of the New York Knicks. Jordan Lloyd bags it with 26 overall in field goal percentage, 14th overall in three-point percentage as it's Chris Boucher underneath.
They can really get it going, and when they want to push it like they are right now, the ball movement, finding the open shooters, that's what they want to do, and the Knicks have to get back in transition. Or either Zach Irvin got his hands on it, not quite sure. But the one...
Corner, Miller, lead to Raptors 905. He's a 32% shooter from 3 if he's going to be a true stretch guy. You know, every player we talk about at this level, you could always say they could be a better shooter. Right by Watson, awkwardly off glass. Another chance underneath. He triggers so much of what we do offensively and defensively, the intensity and the energy. And this stretch right now, as Josh Adams goes in, and Isaiah Hicks says not tonight. Friday and Saturday's game with an excused absence. Paul Watson, the good hands. 1-on-2. Watson bumped into, recognizes that Irvin is running the floor, and 1. Hustle play for Zach. Fumbled it. Here's Miller. Run off the line and feeds it to Boucher. Georgie Goleman has checked in. Devon Bachman. Or 6 of 8. They're 6 of 10 overall. Wiggs, separation, and a 3. Jordan Lloyd. You know, seeing guys like Watson and Billy and Sekou from one year to the next, not only do the games show, but also just how they come back looking different.
He definitely went and took care of himself, added some muscle, added a little more strength, and you can tell that he worked on his game.
Well, I said something nice, and we know he worked hard with Zach LaVine, his childhood friend. Boucher driving.
Doesn't like that shot there by Wiggs. Wiggs has to take his time and be patient offensively.
Defensive breakdown leads to an open 3, 6 and 10, plus that 3-game road trip. So could have been better, could have been a lot worse. Going to be such a tough record where, you know, they can't recover and make a push. As Garrett.
He doesn't surrender to a box out. He works hard to get there to go and get an offensive rebound, or he goes and just crash the defensive boards as well.
Isaiah Hicks for Kadeem Allen playing tonight in Charlotte. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Call-ups from the Westchester Knicks to the New York Knicks within the last 2 seasons. Here's Billy in the passing lane, and a slam for 2.
Going down and get an easy dunk.
Payeer for 3. Who, of course, spent the first couple of months in the G League last year.
You know, you just never know when your name is going to be called because injury always seems to happen.
Will certainly make a big difference down the stretch for the Knicks.
Yeah, he brings so much to this team on the offensive end.
3-point field goal.
Because he's been out for a few games, and then it pays. Give him an opportunity to get himself back in.
You have to like Westchester's chances if you can get a solid, as Payeer hits a 3 at the end of the shot. Wiggs driving, count it, and 1.
Head into the second half. And then the Raptors went in at the second half and made the adjustments of pushing the basketball, putting their feet in the paint, getting to that rim, or finding the open shooter.
On your point guard, your leader, it's even worse when you have 0 days to prepare and no practice time to get ready for it. But that's the nature of the league. Watson in the paint. Boucher with a big block.
It's going to be the most important thing as well. They do well on the road, but come home and take care of those home games.
So interesting in this series. Collinsworth puts it in where they are coming into tonight with the firepower of Raptors 905, with the shorthanded nature of Westchester. This was just, in my opinion, the result that we're ultimately coming to was inevitable in some ways. Steven Zimmerman, even though nothing in sports.
So, the Raptors 905 was going to, whoa.
Hello. 15 points in the second half for Boucher. Wiggs lays it in.
He does it. He pushes transition to get everybody involved. Everybody get their touches. There's so much that he brings that they definitely missed tonight.
Final minute of play here in the county center. Collinsworth, no. The tip in there for Derek Cook. Notice with 14 off the bench. 5 double-figure scores for Westchester. Sekou Wiggs puts it in. And Raptors 905 can dribble out a road victory. 106-91 the final.